What's shaking, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Alphaville, and we're returning to the 1994 album Prostitute. And the next track is Some People, which is by nature quantitative, though in a generalized way. We don't know whether some is a minority or a majority. I feel like it's more likely to be a minority, and of course the designation itself, the significance of it, the ethical judgment, or at least the value judgment one way or another, is not clear. Like, some people do a lot of bad things, some people are great, some people have this understanding or attitude. We don't have the rest of the phrase or the rest of the concept at play, but we are distinguishing at least a group of people relative to others. So yeah, I do wonder what the specifics of all those things will be. I'll see what I can catch on a first listen. This is Alphaville. The track is Some People, and it's from their 1994 album Prostitute.
People seem to have it all. Some people always have to grow. Some people beg to be abused. Some people wind up destitute. Some people search our souls for truth. Some people try to be abused. Some people pray before they kill. Some people kill just for the thrill. Some people follow one man's vision. Some others on television. Some people build their homes on sand. Some people live in garbage cans. Some people think that life is dear. Some people hope the end is near. Some people fight for right to life. Some people have to stay alive. Some people dream of life on Mars. Some people end their lives in cars. Some people throw their lives away. Some others go on holiday. Some people follow one man's vision. Some others lie on television. Some people build their homes on sand. Some people live in garbage cans. Some people always need to win. Some other people love to sin. Some people. Some people breaking all their vows. Some people slashing sacred cows. Some people like to worship stars. Some people think the world's a farce. Some people try to make ends meet. Some others end up kissing feet. Some people find the holy grail. Some other people go to hell. Some people follow one man's vision. Some others lie on television. Some people build their homes on sand. Some people live in garbage cans.
that tune. There's so much to say here. I'll try to keep it all in my front view screen. So lyrically, it seems like it's describing the diversity and the dynamic nature of humanity more broadly, meaning it's suggesting not only a variety of categories and dispositions and attitudes, but in some cases they're like diametrically opposed. And it like immediately it made me think of that line from Eurythmics' Sweet Dreams that like some people want to abuse you, some people want to be abused, which, you know, that's sort of opposite ends of the like sadomasochistic spectrum, but also speaking to the fact that what gratifies someone, what someone is seeking, is in many cases not only different from what others are seeking, but can be almost, again, the direct opposite. So suddenly it's like, okay, some people want this, some people want that, some people feel this way, some people feel the other way, some people feel a way that doesn't fit into either of those first two categories. So I think it is speaking to, again, the variety and diversity of human perception, feeling, and action, and in that regard is perhaps an account of who we are as a species, who we can be as individuals, and the cacophony of all that. And that maybe played into the sonic configuration of the chorus, which was very quick and multifaceted and syncopated and bombastic, you know, big, heavy sounds and vocals coming from different sides, from different voices. I enjoyed those soulful female vocals. And then we had the section post-chorus in a couple cases where it suddenly became more of like a 4/4 beat, but kind of in a like stripped down minimal way. And the male vocal, which I assume was Marion, Luca, are you really doing that? We'll see what she does. She's trying to like pull things off my record cabinet, which is not very convenient and not very considerate that I'm making a video as you do that. But yes, it felt like it was like a contrast to not only the intensity of those female vocals, but was more almost like spoken word style. Then there were the sections like, I think either like pre-verse or the verses, which those were really like my favorite part sonically in terms of the arrangement. There was like this electric heaviness or depth. There was like these different flourishes, and it felt very atmospheric and multi-flavored, but a bit more minimal as well. And so I like the contrast, and maybe again that's a theme, the idea that like different parts of the tune gave me different feelings and had different levels of sonic arrangement. So, you know, again, the idea that some people do this, some people do that. Sometimes the song is big and heavy, sometimes the song is more minimal and atmospheric, and, you know, sometimes the lyrics, or rather the vocals, are female, sometimes they're male, sometimes they're big, sometimes they're softer and more spoken. So yeah, it feels like it was speaking to all different manners of the human condition. You know, some people like to win seemingly at any cost. Some people like to sin and sort of, you know, seek out vice or things that are considered morally condemnable but can provide some measure of gratification. I feel like there was a, you know, like a horn type layer in there that really caught my ear. So yeah, a really dynamic and engaging tune, and one that I was, you know, following sort of breathlessly, thematically and lyrically, even if I didn't hear all the lines clearly on a first listen. But yeah, a really cool tune. Definitely this album has been an experience in itself, but also a very interesting chapter in their larger story. And, you know, just hearing their evolution from, you know, earlier albums up through Breathtaking Blue, and now, you know, going in an even more nuanced direction, which, you know, we've had more electronic stuff, like the 80s stuff. It was very, you know, synth pop sounding, though in their own way, and then by the time you get to the Breathtaking Blue, it feels like they're very far away from that, and then here it feels like there's electronic sounds, but, you know, jazzy sounds, and there's, you know, some mixture of the different flavors we've had so far, but an experience in its own right as well. So yeah, enjoying the Alphaville journey is what I mean to say. Thank you again to Yun. And I mentioned a while back, I do have those Forever Young remixes, which come from more modern times and were done in combination with, like, who is it, David Guetta and some other people. So yeah, ultimately we'll go through those two. Maybe when I finish this album proper, which I don't think we're that far away. I think maybe only a couple more tunes. Let me make sure that's the case. Yeah, 2 more, Euphoria and then Apollo. So we'll look forward to those, and then maybe I'll jump just as a quick side quest, if you will, to the Forever Young mixes. So yeah, looking forward to all that. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.